baddies, welcome to yet another video. If you are new here, I'm Shireen, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe, and let's get down to this video. So this is my first time telling a story time, and I'm excited for it, but I'm also it's supposed to be like educative and also informative for you people who are to for those people who are yet to go through what I went through, because Nairobi is not for the meek of heart. It is not for those who think that they have a guardian angel looking down on them. Like, Nairobi is brutal. Nairobi is brutal. So this all started like post COVID. Like, you know how people had lost their jobs, some had been laid off from work, like students were not going to school, so obviously you're just at home, you're not getting that much pocket money. And personally for me, I had joined like campus. I had finished like a short course I was doing for air travel, and then I enrolled to campus to study a different course. But um where so anyways, I'm at home, I'm chilling, I have nothing much going on, so I decided to like enroll for like this program um to work there. So I was currently out of work, I'm not going to school, I'm not doing anything like most people were, but I needed some extra coins for like to buy myself some things for maintenance, all of that. So I decided to like send out emails, but at the same time, like, people were not hiring at that time, but so it was like a lost cause. So I still did it anyways, because I'm usually so determined, but I knew like I don't have the papers per se, because I'm currently undergoing like a different course. So for me to like even send these emails out, like, it was such a lost cause. So and I think with all this free time, most people at home are just cooking up ideas of ways to like scam people. So I when I was going to school, I used to like do like the promo gigs. So I would get extra cash. I didn't need much money from my parents, and also I would like um yeah, I started like a side hustle. So like I was good to go, okay? So like now I'm out of work and I'm sending out this email. So unfortunately or fortunately, it landed to like somebody who was willing to give a listening ear, or to like go through it. And like when they reached out, because you know like in the email you usually like give down like your phone number. So like I had done that, and they had called me. So they called me. Actually, the first person who called me, his name was, I think, Geoffrey, something like that. So he called me and he was like, oh, so I received your email. He calls me and he's asking me like, what job had you applied for? He has already gone through my resume, and he's still inquiring on what job. So I was like, at first I was like, maybe it's a big like facility, and he wants to know like where to like put me. Maybe my what, how do I put this? um he wanted to know where to like categorize me, you get. So it was, so at first I didn't think much of it. I was like, I'm doing this and this, but I had done a short course in, you know. So I was so sure like if they wanted any papers for like anything, I could provide my KCC certificate, and like from that campus I'd gone to, because I have not yet finished like this course I'm doing. So I was like, if they ask for any papers, I will just present from like that university. So I was like, you know, I've done so and so and so. And then they're like, oh, okay. So we are looking for, they actually told me that they're looking for they told me what did they tell me exactly? They told me like it was they worked with Kenya Airways or something, and they wanted somebody to work at their office, in JKIA at like their front desk or something, like those people who usually like at ticketing and tours. So at the ticketing section, so I was like, okay, bet. So what do I, when do I need to like come in, what do I need to come with? And they're like, oh, so here's the thing. So my boss requires me to like give out the names of the people who are going to work there and the people I have planned to enroll, and so on, so on and so on. This call with this guy, and he's like letting me know that he needs to like report to his boss and give him like the names of the people that are coming to work and those that he has selected, because he apparently is in HR or something. So I was like, okay, bet. So he's like, I've seen like you have some requirements that we need and so on and so forth, but he's like, but there's a fix, because like we like at like the office you're supposed to work in, like these guys do wear uniforms. I'm like, this is not okay. In my head I'm telling myself like this is not something new, because like when you go to like some facilities, like you find like they're wearing like the uniforms and they have like tags. So he's like, you need like 2 pairs of like, I don't know whether it was like trousers and 2 pairs of like shirts, and then like they give you like the shoes. And then he was like, and also like aside from that, like we guys offer like housing, but that will be like cut from your salary that we're going to pay you, and it's not that much because like it's a housing complex for like the employees, but they don't mind if you want to like go back home, like that is up to like an individual. So I'm like, okay, that sounds nice. So he's like, okay, so you need to cater for like a uniform, and you also need to cater for like the COVID. I don't know whether it was the COVID test, I don't know, something like that, but it was COVID. It was something about the COVID-19. So I'm guessing maybe it was the vaccine plus the testing or something. And also like I needed like a health certificate, but that one I had because I've worked like promo jobs before, so I had mine. And I think good conduct. So I was like, hey, I don't have my good conduct. And he was like, don't worry about that, we'll cater for you. So you'll just like send us like some cash so that we can cater for all this that you don't have. I was like, hey, the only thing that I have here is like the health certificate. He's like, okay. So you'll just pay for the rest. I asked him like, how much will that like cost? He is like, we need to like prepare this and like get them processed by tomorrow so that you can start work. I think it was on a Friday. So he's like, we have to process this over the weekend so that you can start work by Monday. I'm like, okay. He's like, um so you have to send this and this amount of money and we will cater for that. And then I'm like, so where do I have to report to on Monday? And then he's like, you just have to come to town. We have like a bus. Let me even drink some water. This was just so funny. So he's like, you just have to come to town, and we will we will just like, get you from there. I'm like, okay, this is nice. So I'm like, and when we like get the uniform, is like when you report to like JKIA where the bus will like put you, you'll just be forwarded to like where the offices are, and all you have to do is just like put on a uniform and like just get to work. You'll just get like orientation on your first day, and then so like he's just telling me all these things, and I'm like just consuming them. I'm so excited. I'm just waiting to like end the call and like tell my parents. So he gives me like the number. I can either send it to him or to his boss. I don't remember the name of the boss, but I think I still have the numbers. So so he's like, so you'll just have to. I think he told me close to like 8,000 or 9, and I was like, hey, I don't have that kind of money. Uh, but but I was like, I can get like 3K over the weekend, then the rest I can probably pay like on Monday, and then like the rest maybe you can cut from my salary. Is like, okay, send what you have right now so that you can start processing your people. So I called my sister and was like, hey, I mean, I need cash ASAP. and I will refund it to you. So I had like, I think 1500 on my phone, and I think my sister sent me like 2000. So I sent them like 3500, and they were like, okay, so the rest you'll send on Monday. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. So he's like, okay, over the weekend should click everything so that on Monday, come Monday, you are ready to start work with no like things like distracting you. I'm like, okay. So over the weekend I'm so excited. I wish you saw me. So I was like telling my parents like, I have a job in KQ, and I'm not even sure that it was KQ or Emirates. Actually, as a matter of fact, I don't remember what company they told me. Honestly, I don't remember. But in my head, I usually tell myself like it was KQ, either KQ or Emirates, because those are the two companies that I'm so sure they told me. Yeah. So and in my head, I didn't even think, because my friend's mom works there, and I didn't even think to even call her and like confirm. But you know, like when you're excited about something, like they don't even cross your mind. Like you are just so hyped, and you can't wait. You just can't wait. So come on Monday, I woke up very early, got dressed, very decent. It was more of a casual yet official look, and I went all the way to town. I got to like the place they had told me. It was just around Kencom or that area. But you know, most buses like pass through that city walk, or what is it called? That area airport to like Kencom. That area is usually very crowded, mostly during the weekdays, because a lot of people are like meeting up. People are going to like job interviews. So I was like, okay, this is a convenient place for like people to like meet. So I didn't think much of it. Very naive. So I didn't even tell my parents about the cash. I wish I told somebody what was actually going on, because in my head, like when you feel like you're becoming an adult, some things just don't even cross your mind. You feel like you're bigger than everybody. You feel like you know everything that's going on, but you don't. And that's why like you have like people around you who are there to like mentor you and tell you when like this sounds weird, this looks fishy, you know. So note to self, I told myself like if I am going anywhere, I have to like tell like at least two people where I'm going, the directions, everything that is going on. If I'm going to like meet up with somebody, I usually tell somebody, because I don't want to end up missing and they won't find my body. Just kidding. Anyway, so I'm here in town. I get a call. No, I called the guy. I'm like, hey, I'm in town. So when is the bus coming? He's like, it's getting there by 9. I was in town by I think around 8. So he's like, and you're early. I'm like, yeah, I wanted to be on time because like it's the first day and I didn't want like to miss the bus. He's like, okay, so do you have the rest of the money? I'm like, hey, so I told you like I can't get all the money at once. So at the moment, I told him I think I had 1500 or something. I'd gathered over the weekend for like I think I told I hata sikumbuki Kenya I told like my dad it was for, but I know it was something very urgent. Actually, it was nilimdanganya, and I feel so bad because he gave me the money na nikasumbuka, imagine. So anyway, so I sent this guy this money, nikabaki na my transport. No, I had 1500. I sent him like 1000, and then I remained with like 500 because I really don't like being stranded. So na sitaki kubakia bila do kwa phone saa zingine, because you don't know like if they were to come alafu we go there and then I want to like come back in the course of the day, or I get an emergency, like how am I supposed to get home, you know? And I don't even know how much fare it will cost me. So I sent him the 1K. I'm like, I had like this amount ingine nimeweka yangu ya fare na you know ABCDFG. It's like, okay, sawa tuma, and then like you wait for the bus. I'm like, okay. So I looked for like a sitting place up in a building. I don't take a breakfast, so I decided to like just go. Kwanza, I went inside. I think I drank tea and I think samosa. So your time, I was just buying time so that like 9 can get there, and then I just go outside and then I'll wait for the bus officially, and maybe I will see people who work there too. Hey, so I'm there. I'm just chilling. After I finished my breakfast, I went outside nikaenda nikatafuta like place ya kuketi, and I'm there just chilling. I'm waiting for the bus to come. It never came. Guys, it never came. I was distraught. So after some time, I called this guy around 9:30. I'm like, hey, where's the bus? He's like, hiya, udachukuliwa. I'm like, hey, I've been here at Kencom where you told me and I've not seen that bus. He's like, Ebu, let me call my boss and ask whether let me call. So he told me he's calling. I'm like, so you just call the driver. He's like, okay, let me see, because I don't have the driver's number. Let me see what I can do. Akakata simu. So I already had that the boss's number. So I called him. I'm like, hey, I've talked to, he was called, I think, Arengo or something. The boss was called Mr. Arengo. I don't remember. Um, I've talked to Geoffrey and he's telling me like the bus was here. I can't see it. Have I been left? What's going on? He's like, let me call you. I swear that is what they kept doing for close to like 30 minutes. And then I kept calling them. Alafu wakaanza sasa kuignore my calls. Wakaziignore. Niko like, JKIA isn't far, by the way. Let me go there. I got to inside the car. I think they usually go with like KBSs or something. And I don't know whether they were KBS. I don't remember. But yeah, it was actually a KBS. Come on, if I'm not wrong. Or a City Hopper. I just remember it was a big car. So I get to JKIA and I go through like the first check-in, the second one. So I'm inside there. I went to like their customer care center. I'm like inquiring about all these outrageous things, and this chick like doesn't want to laugh at me. She wants to laugh. She's still pitying me. She has like a lot of emotions going on. She's also very confused as to what is going on. So she calls another guy, because Nona like that time bado was they were not traveling that much, but like the travel had also like people had started going out. So to me it wasn't like borderline out there. I was like, maybe they're looking for stuff because like they had let people go. That is what I was telling myself. So I'm getting there. I'm telling this chick. She calls a colleague of hers, and this guy comes. I'm trying to explain to him. It's like, that is not even how people get hired here. Like, you'll be called for an interview officially. You come here. You sit through like a panel. I'm, I'm like, wow. They're like, Aki pole. Oh my god, Aki baby girl, you have been scammed. And that was how I was scammed. In broad daylight, kupeana tu hivi. Like I was offering myself to the lions. I was offering myself to the dogs. And like this could have happened, and this I know has happened to many people. And I'm guessing these are just like wale wase tulikuwa tunaambiwa from, because recently I've actually decided to like come out with this story because I watched recently at Citizen. I think it was Lulu who was doing this, was covering this story, and she had gone to like the prisons, and she was trying to like cover this story of like people who like scam people through the phone. They send you like messages, zile za like be grace, sijui container yangu imefika. I had received a couple of those messages some time back. So I also still receive them. So when I saw that segment, I was like, oh my god. It was these guys from Kamiti, I swear. Because how could you be like they were so precise. And then for me, I was so naive. I was so naive. Like I cannot even forgive myself for this. Like this was just borderline. I was just oblivious. Like this was just borderline stupid. Like honestly, I just felt dumb. I just handed over cash to like these guys. But in my head, after like I watched that thing, I was like, eh, like people out here are just being scammed by these rascals, and Lord knows that it's just crazy out here. This is a side note for all my baddies who want to start working here in Kenya. Kindly check, double check, go through like the website. Like I have worked so many jobs because this post-COVID time I have worked so many jobs, and all of them I have made sure to like go to like these places physically. Okay, I have gone to these places physically. I have had an official interview because I have worked at Britam under the insurance here in Hurlingham. I have worked at the call center in Ngara. I have worked all these places, and not once did I get at your call at naambia tu mado sijui fanya nini. So guys, be very careful when you're going through easy procedures, because like this can happen to anybody. So if you even sense something is not going right, or kwanza sana if you get a call and they're telling you to pay for sijui nini ama nini, that is not even it. Ata it's better to like get like a sales job zile za kufanya na commission, which I would never recommend to anybody. Like those jobs f you up like really bad. Like you won't see it because if you had signed a contract, like they usually have some hidden clause uko ndani, and you might end up actually getting in such a fix because you might not even meet your sales, and like maybe the job is just really hectic and they know like you won't get it, so they just want you to do labor with like minimum pay. Like I don't know if you guys have gone through like any job process here in Kenya, you will regret it. Like that's why I think most people are opting for entrepreneurship. And yeah, so first and foremost, like if you actually get a call or an email for a job that you had applied for, kindly look into it. Search. Google is your friend. If they don't have a website, wait for them to like invite you for an official physical interview, of which for the most part, if they don't have a website, red flag number one. Two, ask your friends, inquire from your parents, your guardians, your cousins, your uncles, your aunties, anybody, your neighbor. Ask them, have you heard of this? How does this sound? Nimeitiwa hapa na hapa. But not everybody, like some things are like you keep them private. So I would probably advise like maybe your parents or your siblings or your really close relatives on like matters like that, and they will definitely guide you in the right direction. Because if I had inquired, I wouldn't have been in that fix. And honestly, like I have heard so many people say stories like this. Mars do they were called, they had been told they had won something, do they were told to like send money so that the delivery can be sent to them. And these people, they admitted it on national TV and said like they usually scam people, they call you, they have like a whole list of people. So for me, I don't even know whether they had even received my email or not, because like me trying to elaborate to them like I had done ABCD, they were like I think they were maybe jotting down somewhere, and they're like amefanya hivi na hivi, so we'll just tell her to come for this job. So if I had told them I have done culinary arts, they would have maybe called me for a chef position. You never know with these people. So I would kindly advise you guys to be very skeptical, to be very alarmed, to be very smart. Do not be naive. Nairobi is not for the weak, okay? It is not for the weak. You cannot prosper if you are not street smart. You can be book smart too, but kindly always be on the lookout. So anyways, that is all from me. Thank you for watching this far. If you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.